too often people contribute to research and then people don't hear what's happened and where it's gone. But also to have a discussion with you about what it is to be an ANZSOG alumni and how ANZSOG can support you and what you might also like to do for us. So
we should help develop the future Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander of Australian public service, and we've taken a lot of great ideas from that session.
We need to move back to, in terms of a cross-Tasman focus, respect the fact that we are two different nations who've had different paths, but that we can learn incredibly from each other in a whole range of areas. So that's really the purpose. We thought this should be really informal.
All felt that ANZSOG programs would only be better with better reflection of Maori, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, both through diversity amongst the students, diversity amongst the faculty, and diversity in the content.
I think at a personal level, it's what alumni can contribute back and be recognised for. It's not in financial recognition, but to be able to add some public value from the work they've done. At a system level, I think it is adapting the course so it's contemporary for issues that are around the corner in the next 5-10 years. I think the concept of training our political class, I think is really worth exploring. If you look at the French system, everybody that's been a president's come through that formal education process. I think the opportunity for having cohorts of aspiring politicians and potentially new MPs being exposed to the disciplines of an ANZSOG course would be really long-term value for the New Zealand public service and government.
I really valued my time at ANZSOG. I enjoyed it a lot. I found it professionally really valuable, and the idea of being able to contribute to it staying relevant and providing a similar kind of experience to other public servants really appeals to me. That it wasn't just superficial, but there's a real opportunity to talk. So
I suppose my point would be you've got 2,500 alumni. I know 100 of them, and I probably know 50 of them well enough to call. And actually, you've done so many case studies, so many papers, there must be so much information.
Yeah.
So actually me being able to at least tap into them and say, here's my special badge, would you like to come and talk to me about a role? I mean, and we don't do that.
I'd heard that these were going to happen, and I thought that this is, I guess, a unique approach to fresh ideas for the course and the organisation. I was really pleased to be able to come along and some of the skills, because I can imagine, because we've had people from other cohorts in our group, probably like everyone else, but I think they're very different. So, sharing some of that across the cohorts I think would be useful, yeah.
Which is our opportunity to listen in a meaningful way to what our alumni have to tell us about Indigenous issues and how ANZSOG can engage with its practices and programs in new ways. That I've been really encouraged because we've had fantastic conversations with people. We've started to have some of those courageous conversations about what we need to do in ANZSOG to change.
Focus like tonight was around the issue of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders and how ANZSOG might be more effective in working with governments around a more inclusive workforce. I think there's huge opportunity there.
And then also people's perspectives, and they've been really thoughtful and encouraging and reaching out to us with ideas. So I've been really appreciative of what it's done for us, and certainly for me personally as well, thinking more and more about what's that commitment that I need to give, that ANZSOG needs to give, so that we're really genuine in what we're doing. I think people have been connecting with different ideas and, as I said, giving different ideas to us about what they think we could do. So it's been a genuine dialogue, a genuine conversation, and that's been really authentic.
Their involvement in the public sector and in solving public policy issues is absolutely essential.
I thought today's discussion was really interesting. I thought some good points were raised. It would be really interesting to see how they're carried through to fruition and actually something changes. I think there should be many more of these kind of things. Anything where we can connect back into either our leaders or ANZSOG is a really positive thing.
We've been talking about Aboriginal justice or a homelessness situation, or we've been talking about culture and what's happening in universities with their curriculum. So it's been really diverse, but really interesting in terms of possibilities for us as to what we can do. I think the thing I've really liked the most has been the reaching out that various people have done to us even outside of our meetings. You know, people are ringing us up or emailing us and really saying, giving us encouraging words, but saying, I really want to keep talking to you about this. So for me, that's been really rewarding because we've, had starting a relationship, and that's great.